What happens when the world's biggest superpower tries to rewrite what India grows, eats, and fuels its economy with? Well, behind closed doors, a mega trade deal between India and the United States is taking shape. But at the heart of it is a sharp tug of war over corn, soyabean, ethanol, and dairy. So what's really going on? Well, let's start with corn. The US produces almost 9 times more corn than India, and almost all of it is genetically modified. India doesn't grow GM corn, and we don't allow it except under tight quotas and only with steep tariffs. So what's the twist? Well, nearly half of India's ethanol, the stuff that blends into your petrol, now comes from corn. The US says, let us export GM corn just for ethanol production. It won't enter your food chain. Sounds clean, right? Not quite. Indian sugar mills, already losing ground, fear that this move could crush domestic sugarcane demand. And politically, it's a landmine, especially with Bihar, India's third biggest corn producer, heading into elections. Next, ethanol itself. The US is the world's largest ethanol exporter, and it wants India to open up fuel ethanol imports. But India says no, for good reason. Fuel-grade ethanol in India is more than green energy because it's a strategic tool to reduce oil imports and give our farmers a market for sugarcane and grains. So letting cheap American ethanol in, that undermines the whole plan. Then comes soyabean. India allows GM soy oil, but not GM beans or the soy protein cake used for livestock feed. Why? It's in the bean, not the oil land. That's where the safety and environmental concerns lie. The US wants to change that, but soyabean is grown on over 13 million hectares in states like Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Rajasthan, and prices are already crashing. More imports now? Well, that translates to political suicide. And finally, dairy. This one's actually non-negotiable. India's tariffs on milk powder and butter are sky high, up to 60%. And then there's obviously a cultural red line too. Imported dairy must come from cows, not fed animal byproducts. The US says it's unscientific. India says it's non-negotiable and deeply cultural. Still, some experts believe the US may use dairy as a bargaining chip to push through access on corn and ethanol as well. But the bottom line, this deal isn't just about goods crossing borders. It's about who controls the future of Indian agriculture, Indian food systems, and fuel supply.